Hola niños, buenos dias, hoy es viernes, today is Friday, and you guys just got done taking part 1 of your quiz. Here is part 2. This is the listening activity part. I am going to tell you a letter in Espanol. You guys are going to write down the letter that you hear. I will go through each letter once and repeat it again. Número uno. You guys haven't learned the numbers yet, but here's your first introduction. Número uno. C. Dos. Y. Número 3. H. 4. Y. 5. D. Número 6. A. Y número 7. W. All right, your second time. C. Y. H, I, D, A, W. Part 3 is another listening activity. You have blank spaces in front of you. I'm going to spell a word. You have the English counterpart in front of you, and I'm going to spell a Spanish word, the Spanish equivalent. Número H, number 8. R, E, L, O, J. R, E, L, O, J. Number 9. P, U, E, R, T, A. Significa door en español. One more time. P, U, E, R, T, A. Number 10 is window in, it's not window, it's notebook in español. C, U, A, D, E, R, N, O. Significa notebook en español. One more time. C, U, A, D, E, R, N, O. Okay? Mrs. Crest can play that for you again if you like, but only one more time, por favor, and certainly no talking and asking your friend for help. Okay, Mrs. Crest has the written instructions for the rest of your lesson as well, but I will tell you what they are. You are going to go to page 4 and 5 with an introduction sheet that you guys got a little while ago, and you might have been wondering why I had you read it. We haven't yet come back to that. The title of our digital resource is called Voces, and that means voices. So as you will find out as you reread this, I would like you to reread this if you haven't already. Now's your chance. So it gives us an introductory idea to the people behind the Spanish-speaking world. And it's kind of important, actually. And on this first page, there's a section that's called ¿Qué piensas? And ¿Qué piensas? Means, what do you think? So you're going to read one of these sections on page 21. So I'm going to want you to go to page 21. You have this page. It's page 21, and it's one such storyteller or one storytelling section that is a provocative insight into some of these different people who live in Spanish-speaking worlds. So on this page, I want you to read the whole thing, and I would like you to take turns reading it out loud, starting with the caption part. And then you're going to go on, trying to get this right, then you're going to go right on to the content, and also I want you to take turns reading it out loud. And there are words underneath the bottom in asterisks. There are words within the text, and then they're explained at the bottom. So this is somebody's story. This is one person's voice to what they refer in those introductory 2 pages on 4 and 5. After you read this, you're going to watch this story and see the content talked about. When you're done reading, you're going to watch the story itself. When you're done watching the story, on the bottom here, ¿Qué piensas? They ask you 4 questions. You guys are responsible for those. I want you to write those down. If there's time, I would also like you to maybe, and there probably will be, I would imagine, to maybe do a little verbal Q&A with each other and answer and talk about these questions. So it's kind of a culture point and a social point, social point. So I would like you to talk about those questions. There's 4 of them at the bottom here, and also you're responsible for them. I want you to write them down on a piece of paper that will be turned in to me. I think that there's going to be time left over. I would like you to go to page 18. We visited page 18 a little bit the other day. It has different conversations, different examples of our greetings. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo te llamas? Those kinds of things. You're going to go to page 18. Sorry, looking for it here. We visited this the other day. I had 2 volunteers do, I can't remember which one you did for sure, to be honest with you, but Gustavo and somebody else did conversation 1 and 2. So I want you guys to go ahead and reread conversations 1 and 2. They're actually called examples 1 and 2, and think about the pronunciation. So maybe read them to yourselves first. Think about the pronunciation. Think about the content. What does it mean as well? What are they talking about? I think you understand. It's kind of a normal conversation. And then you're going to practice them out loud, maybe even in front of the class. So that'll be Mrs. Crest's jobs, if there's time, to get people up front and taking turns, taking roles between 2 speakers and doing the dialogues 1 and 2. I'm not having you do the 3rd one just because we haven't yet got into our numbers yet, which is next, los números. Go ahead and read this part too. Hopefully there's time. Have a great class. And also a super great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Hasta lunes.